In May this year, NTV aired a story about a lorry full of charcoal that was impounded by Kenya Forest Service officials in Kitengela, that's in Kajiado County, and the occupants released under unclear circumstances based on the infamous orders from above. Only the truck driver, Ooko Nyambuya, was charged and jailed for months. NTV has since learned that the details contained in the charge sheet presented in court left out two other occupants who are said to be protected by powerful individuals, a cabinet secretary and a serving member of parliament. The driver says he was a sacrificial lamb in what looks like an established charcoal-selling racket involving politicians and senior government officials, as Daniel Mule found out.
This is a story about a truck driver who feels betrayed by those he trusted.
Usiku mheshimiwa akapiga simu, gari kaachiliwa. Kufika Kajiado tukashikwa tena. Tulikuwa watatu. Wakani convince, wakaniambia in case kama naweza enda kotini, kila kitu ishaongelewa kulingana hata vile nilifungwa haikuwa inastahili. Familia yangu iliteseka sana hata mimi, kwa sababu mimi ndio nilikuwa breadwinner na bibi yangu afanyi kazi, ni housewife.
On the 29th of May this year, a day after this truck registration number KCA 195J was intercepted in Kitengela, illegally transporting 130 sacks of charcoal despite the ban on logging, burning and transportation of charcoal, the driver was charged. Moving charcoal without a charcoal moving permit, contrary to Section 72E of the Forest Conservation and Management Act and Section 14 subsection 1A as read with Rule 20 of the Forest Charcoal Rules of 2009. Ooko served a 3-month jail term, but due to his good conduct as an inmate, released in 1.5 months.
Kulingana hata vile nilifungwa haikuwa inastahili, kwa sababu hiyo charges ya 200,000 na 3 months hata haieleweki. Naona kuwa kuna mahali ni nyanyaso hapo kabisa.
You can either do a fine of about 50,000 shillings, or you can do imprisonment of a term for not less than 6 months, or you can do both.
NTV has learned that there are a lot of inconsistencies in the details of the case against Ooko.
During the arrest, there were two, there were a driver and another passenger, and a passenger who was later established that he was not a part of the transporting the burnt charcoal.
And did you manage maybe to get the name of the other person?
Yes, we managed, because he was booked in the occurrence book as James Jogona.
We took the necessary statements from the driver, but the other fellow was a passenger who the driver confirmed was just given a lift. He was on his way somewhere else and he was given a lift.
Mkifika Kitengela mlikuwa wangapi? Tulikuwa watatu.
The driver says the truck had 3 occupants at the time of the arrest. Ooko himself, a farm manager from a prominent politician's farm in Kajiado, where the charcoal is said to have been taken from, and a lady said to be the buyer of the charcoal. According to police officers at Kitengela police station, when the truck was brought here, it had 2 occupants, the driver and a passenger. But it's only the driver, Ooko Nyambuya, who was charged in court. The inconsistencies don't end there. 2 different charge sheets were prepared, each indicating a different location where the truck was intercepted. On the charge sheet we saw, Ooko was arrested in Kitengela. However, in the other charge sheet, an initial charge sheet that had been prepared at Kitengela police station initially was done away with after Kenya Forest Service officers took over the case.
He was arrested along Kitengela, along Namanga Kitengela Road, within the Kitengela area.
Nikasomewa case different na ile nilikuwa nimesomewa. Nilisomewa kuwa nilipatikana na gari Kiserian Ngong Road. Kama nimeweka gari kando.
Ooko feels betrayed, first by the 2 occupants at the time of the arrest, and second by the powerful politician he claims was to pay bail to secure his release. Ooko says that the 2 occupants had assured him that they had all the permits required to allow them to transport the prohibited cargo.
Nilipigiwa simu usiku around saa 3 usiku. Nikaambiwa kuna kazi ya makaa. Nikauliza kama kuna barua, akaniambia ndiyo barua iko. Hata hiyo kazi ni ya mheshimiwa. Nikakataa kwanza, nikaletewa barua nyingine hapo ambapo mimi siko naelewa kwa hii barua inakaaje, kwa hiyo ndio mara yangu ya kwanza kubeba forest product. Siko naelewa hii barua inakaaje, hii barua ni gani.
This is not the first time the moratorium of forest products have been violated, but this case was different right from the onset. Junior police officers in Kitengela have decried what they refer to as orders from above to release suspects anytime they arrest them ferrying charcoal in Kajiado County. Police officers we spoke to sought anonymity, saying they fear intimidation, but they say such orders from above have been the order of the day, with senior politicians and government officials involved.
Kufika Basil tukashikwa. Kushikwa, mheshimiwa akapiga simu, gari kaachiliwa. Tukakuja kufika Kajiado tukashikwa tena na watu wa forest, watu wa kanzo. Tukapelekwa kwa ofisi, akapiga simu tena kwa OCS, tukaachiliwa.
The orders which I gave was to bring that truck here. Perhaps somebody, maybe as you say that some of us security people, policemen gave you that information. If that's what they called the orders from above, I think it was misplaced. It was in good faith to bring that truck here to give us further investigation instead of keeping it there, and there was a lot of interference. It had been arrested twice and released twice under unknown circumstances. So that's why it drew a lot of interest. And that's why now we had to bring it from Kitengela.
There appeared to be a deliberate effort by government agencies to protect the identity of the people involved in the charcoal business, which the police claim has been booming in Kajiado County despite a ban on logging and the charcoal trade by the government. The registered owner of the truck, Ooko Nyambuya, who appeared during the hearing, tried in vain to get the attention of the prosecutor Mutembadha and the magistrate Stephen Mbugi. She wanted an investigation into who the main dealers in the charcoal business were.
Kuna uwezo ya kujua. Mwenye makaa hajulikani.
Unataka kuthibitishia koti ya kwamba hii gari yako haibeba makaa?
Haibeba.
Uko na stakabadhi zozote?
Ooko pleaded guilty to all charges against him in court. He says he had been promised that the dealers in the business are powerful and will not allow the court to jail him. They had allegedly promised to bail him out.
Waliniambia wataenda kulipa, hata ambapo hiyo siku nilihukumiwa nilikuwa najua kesho yake pengine wanaweza lipa juu kitu waliniambia watakuja kulipa, ambapo sikuona kitu kama hiyo. Usiwahi trust mtu dunia hii, na kama maneno inaweza umana vile yangu iliumana, afadhali hata uache gari ya mtu ama uache hiyo kazi kabisa, utoroke ukae kivyako.
The charcoal was forfeited to the state and the lorry released back to the owner.
So it doesn't matter whether the produce is coming from your own forest. You should have had a permit to allow you to commercialize this charcoal. For your own use, it's okay. You can do that. You're not required to have a permit to produce your own charcoal for domestic use.
The government imposed a moratorium on timber harvesting in all public and community forests until November this year to allow reassessment and rationalization of the entire forest sector in Kenya. Daniel Mule, NTV.